and welcome back today for a brand new Colourpop review. I have for you the Pretty Please collection. I'm going to be sharing all my details on this one. I'll be sharing this look as well, how I got it using the collection. Let's go ahead and get started. This collection just arrived from Colourpop in the mail, and I was excited to sit down and film this review for you. So this is the Pretty Please collection. It has an eyeshadow palette. There are also some of their cheek serums in here. We've got some eye products, some lip products, so lots to get into. Let's first start with the eyeshadow palette because I know you guys are always most excited about that. So this is the Pretty Please palette. It is a 12 pan. I think the packaging on this is very beautiful, very romantic, very girly, and the inside is no different. We've got lots of pinks in here, a few hints of purple, some deeper mattes. It's just beautiful. I really like this color story a lot. I feel like Colourpop does these like romantic palettes really well. And here is a close-up of swatches so you can see all of the shades. It looks really nice. There are actually 3 separate Super Shocks in here, which I love. So these 3 right here are all Super Shock shadows. I really enjoy that formula, so I was intrigued to see they had so many of them in this palette. Moving on to the next product in the collection, we have some of their cheek dews. These are their Serum liquid to cream blush formula. So there are 3 separate colors a part of this. Probably one of my least favorite cheek colors, I will be honest, from Colourpop. It's just not my favorite formula. But that being said, I'm sure other people really like this, so I'm just kind of simply stating my truth there. So here are a swatch of all 3 of the colors there. They all look really pretty. Again, it's just not, you know, a staple for me, but if you are someone who likes this formula, here's a look at those. And there are also some eye and lip products as well. So there are 4 colors in their crayon sticks, so you can use these as eye bases, as eyeliner, kind of however you see fit. So there are 2 different like metallic shades and then 2 matte shades. I use this today in my inner corner, but I've also used them before as shadows just on the lid by themselves. Also use them as bases as well. And then the last part of the collection are some new Fresh Kiss lipsticks. So these are all pink shades to go with this kind of rosy pink collection. So there's a look at all 3 of those. So now that you've seen the entire collection, let's get started with how I got this look. Of course, everything is available right now, and I will have links to it down in the description box along with my coupon code. It is just MakeupMolly5, and it will save you $5 off your purchase. Let's get into this look now. Okay, to begin this eye look, I'm going to go into this shade right here called Vintage Queen. And I'm going to start with that. I'm going to be using all of my Colourpop brushes, of course. And I'm just going to bring this shade all in my crease. I have gotten a few questions recently on the Botox, if I could give like an update on it. Because I know I shared in a previous video that I had gotten Botox and that I was having some issues with my eyes because I do have such hooded eyes. I was noticing that when I was doing my eyeshadow, it was hard for me to like lift my eyebrow in order to do my shadow, and it was just making it a little bit more difficult. So I'm still kind of having the same issue. I will say I've gotten a little bit more like movement, like I can definitely move my eyebrows a little bit now because it is starting to fade a little bit. And I feel like where it's at right now is kind of perfect because I can still like move my eye a little bit to be able to blend a little bit better. But my forehead, I still feel like, you know, my lines aren't as prominent. So I think next time I go in for like my next appointment, I'm not planning to anytime soon. I'll probably let it fade a lot more. But when I go in for my next appointment, I'm just going to make it a point to just tell them that I don't want to be like completely frozen, because it is hard with hooded eyes to blend my shadow. Like it's such like a strange thing to think about because I feel like nobody talks about that, but I was having just so much trouble when I first got it done. So I feel like, yeah, I'm definitely going to just tell them I don't want to be as frozen. Or maybe I know a couple of people had told me to just talk to them about maybe not doing it so close to the eyebrow. I guess if you like don't put like some in this area, you'll have a little bit more movement as well. So I didn't end up going and like saying anything to them. I know I had mentioned I was going to consult them, but the problem kind of started to fade a little bit. I also think I started to get used to the feeling of doing my eyeshadow with my eyes open. So yeah, I'm going to go into this shade right here called Sweet Thing next. So yeah, I just want to give you guys an update on that because I know I had gotten a few questions if I could give an update, so hopefully that helps. I'm really wanting to keep this really kind of smoky and then still use a few of like the lighter pinks and purples, so I'm really just kind of working on just smoking this look out. So I'm really just taking the shade kind of all over the lid and just focusing it a lot also on the inner and outer portion of the eye. Next, I'm going to go into this shade right here called Be a Doll, and I'm actually just going to add this shade completely all over my entire lid. I'm probably just not going to put it on this outer portion, but just on this inner right here. This one has a little bit of sparkle in it, but it's mostly a matte. And just tap that. It's marrying really well with these other shades. That would be really pretty if I just like left it like this. I love just an all matte smoky eye. I think it's so gorgeous. But let's add a little bit of shimmer. So I think I am going to go in with, I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to use this one down here. This is called Dear Diary. It's this really beautiful like lilac purple. I think I'm going to use this. It is a super shock, so it's going to look really pretty, I think, right over top. So I'm just going to tap that on my lid. Looks really pretty over top of that other color. Yes, I love a good, like I said, smoky eye, but when you can make it a little bit more girly with some of these lighter shades, I just think it looks so, so nice. I'm really happy with how that's looking. I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's do the lower lash line. I think I'm just going to go into these two mattes here and just smoke them down here on the lower lash. I pretty much use this brush the entire time. This is the Colourpop E23. I think you can still purchase their brushes individually. I'm not exactly positive on that, but I think you can. But this is the one I probably use the most out of the brush roll. All right, I'm just smoking that out. I am going to leave the inner corner light. I'm just smoking that out very gently. I am going to leave the inner corner blank because I don't want it to get too heavy. And then let's add actually a little bit of an inner corner highlight. Let's go into all of the frills right here. And I'm just going to bring that right on my inner corner just to give us a nice little pop. Ooh, that color is beautiful. This is, again, another Super Shock. I love that they have multiple Super Shocks in here. So just add that. Yes, this kind of reminds me of like Tassel. Do you guys remember the shade Tassel? I was obsessed with it. I used like an entire pot of it at some point. Like, such a good shadow. It kind of reminds me of that, like that icy white. Beautiful. Okay, let's add some mascara and then we'll try out the cheek colors. I did my mascara off camera. I tried out this new telescopic lift mascara from L'Oreal. It looks really good on the lashes. And then I want to do one of the cream sticks since I didn't get a chance to try these out on the eyes, the color sticks. So let's do this one. This is the Satin Ribbon shade, and let's just do it on the inner corner. I mean, I know that you can use these however you see fit, but I've used them before on the inner corner, and I feel like they look pretty nice. So I'm going to do that. This is like a metallic, so it's probably going to give us just a little bit of like a wide eye effect. Yeah, really pretty. I feel like these work really well as like an eye base. I've also used them before as an inner corner highlight too, so there's that option as well, but that looks nice like that. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more over here. And then let's try out the cheek dews. So I think I'm gonna try the lightest shade. So there are 3 different shades total. So the lightest one here I'm gonna try is the shade Summer Nostalgia. So let's try that one. And this is a Serum blush. If you haven't tried these before, they're not like my favorite formula that Colourpop has. I prefer their powder blushes. But, I mean, they're okay. They're just an interesting formula. If you haven't tried them, they're kind of like a whipped material, like, I don't want to say material, but like kind of like a whipped texture. And you can apply them directly to your face. You can use a brush or however you see fit. I like to use my finger, and then sometimes I just use a sponge to blend it out. I do feel like that makes it a little bit more sheer to use a sponge. So let's actually just use our fingers so you guys can see the color here. So there's a look at what it looks like on the skin. I like the way that these look. I just don't like how they don't dry down. I feel like they just feel sticky kind of almost on the face. So for that, they're not a favorite formula of mine. I do feel like they blend out fine. They look pretty on the skin, but it just always kind of feels like a little bit tacky. And I just don't love that because I feel like, even knowing I don't always necessarily wear powder, I just don't like the feeling of like a sticky base. I don't like my hair sticking to my skin. So that's the only reason I don't always go for these, but here is that color there. So you can see that you can kind of blend it up if you want. You can sheer it out. So I'm going to leave it there, and let's do the lip color now. For the lips, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one is called I Heart That, and this is the Fresh Kiss formula, which is probably, I'd say, my second favorite formula from Colourpop. I love their Luxe lip oils, but this comes in a close second. I just think these are so pretty on the lips. So go ahead and apply this. I like this color. It's like a nice rosy mauve. They're just so comfortable. They just feel like nice and whipped, which is so nice on the lips. Okay, so here we have that color on the lips, and that is going to complete this makeup look using this new Colourpop collection. I really like the way that this came out. I love cool tones. I love like smoky tones like this, so I think it looks Really, really pretty. I love the inner corner highlight. I feel like it adds something extra to it. The Serum blush, I mean, it's just okay for me. I just feel like it's just like it's just too sticky. It's too glowy. I'm just like not the biggest fan of that formula. So I wasn't too excited to see that a part of this collection, but I know other people enjoy them. This lip is so pretty. So you guys will have to let me know down below what you think of this collection. Are you planning on grabbing anything? Again, my coupon code along with the link will be down in the description. And I'll see you guys very soon with a new video.